So while I was judging auditions a few years back, I would doodle a bit during the 45-second practice times during the sight reading. The doodles developed into cartoons of things I was hearing. Then I decided that some of these doodles might help some teachers learn how to help their students audition for Colorado Middle All-State Choir. So here goes. Prepare your students. I know this may seem obvious, but think about how you teach sight reading. Do some every day. Be sure to work up to skips of thirds and some rhythms including dotted quarter to eighth notes. Either numbers or solfege works. I find better success if hand signs are used. When possible, use solfege or numbers in the literature you teach. Have them sing silently while using hand signs. Use the hand signs while singing lyrics. It all helps. Because here you see an actual photo of a judge after hearing an unprepared audition. We don't want that. Teach basic fundamentals of proper technique. Of course you all do this, but it doesn't hurt to remind the students to use their best classical vowels and other techniques on their way into the audition. We hear a lot of pop star technique in the auditions, especially scooping into the notes, occasionally some belting out high chest voice. Remind them that there is a place for that kind of sound, but that place is not here. And there you see the picture of a judge after hearing a well-prepared audition. Plan ahead. Who will audition? Check the calendar. When are the deadlines? When will you record? This is back to being prepared. Make sure to allow enough time before the deadlines for technical difficulties or unexpected obstacles. And of course, allow enough time to prepare the interested students. How much time will you need to record the number of students planning to audition? Use the practice scripts. The format will be the same. Auditions will not be a surprise. That's what the practice scripts are for. The students can get used to the format of the audition. They will know that they are going to get a 1-2 ready go before they start singing. Only the sight reading and the echo songs will be different, but the format will be the same. Nothing will be a surprise. Practice echoes. Again, just practicing what we normally do. When I was teaching, I was quite surprised to hear how well the kids could do this as a group, but how difficult it was for them individually. So be sure to give them practice one-on-one. Practice scales. And here you see the most famous practice of scales ever. We have been steeped deeply in the major-minor system in the Western Hemisphere for the last few hundred years, but we can no longer take for granted that our middle schoolers have experienced that the way we have. There is not a lot of major-minor tonality involved in the pop music they have been listening to, so practicing scales becomes even more important. Practice them up and down and up. Use the hand signs, leave out notes and have them sing them silently. Do them in thirds, use other variations, do them in rounds, whatever you can think of. Use disguised repetition. Watch the tutorial videos. Everything is there. It's a good visual reference. Our people have made some very good tutorial videos on how an audition should look and how to upload, etc. Use them. They are good. The audition videos are made with real students. Every time I get a call from a teacher asking how to do something in the uploading process, I quickly watch the video again to make sure I'm going to answer them correctly. Get help from your techies. Creating files, converting files, uploading. The very first year of our All-State, this was me. The computer teacher down the hall calmed me down and saved my life. Now we even have a link to file converters on the website to help you deal with this. We all have different situations, though, with our district technology guidelines, and sometimes we won't know the answers to problems in your situation. The folks down the hall are a valuable resource. Get to know these people and bring them chocolate. Plan an interruption-free recording space. This picture is not an exaggeration. I have heard more than one audition just like this. There have been times when I could clinic the group I heard in the background. And there is nothing like having the intercom beep out 3 obnoxious tones right after the student has been given his or her starting pitch for sight reading. I know it's difficult to schedule things out of class time and nearly impossible to stop intercom messages from happening, but try to find a quiet, interruption-free spot. I know of one band director who drags out a ladder and a screwdriver and dismantles the Duquesne in his room when auditioning honor jazz students. It's against the school rules, but we do what we can. As a judge, I have been amazed at the students who persevere through these situations. But you might be surprised at how many times we have heard, "Oh, crap." Use the best equipment available. Digital recorders, small studio setups, recording software. Not what's in the picture. There's an amazing amount of different types of recording equipment out there these days. Use the best stuff you can. The small digital recorders that many schools have are great. Some folks have complete sound studios available to them. Some use regular PA mics with an interface to go into their computers. There's lots of good software out there too. Often you can save directly to MP3. I've heard some auditions where the script is obviously played directly onto the software while the singer with earphones on sings into the microphone. Some even have added reverb. Just don't be tempted to edit with all of this powerful software. We do trust you. Make test recordings. Use the practice track. Try out the equipment and see how it works. Using the practice tracks, it will feel just like the real thing. Good practice for the students and good practice for getting the equipment to work just right. Listen to them and decide what worked and what didn't. And then make adjustments. Balance the levels. Listen for balance in your practice recordings. Often, as judges, we have had the playback script and piano blasting into our ears while the singer is barely audible. And, of course, the reverse also. Adjust the microphone placement or whatever is necessary to achieve the proper balance. Listen for interfering background noises also. Follow the directions for uploading. They're on the website, on tutorial videos, on the scripts. Label your MP3s correctly. Except for a few times when we've had some actual technical glitches, almost every call for help I receive is answerable in the directions. Please don't hesitate to call or message, but look at the directions and check the videos to see if your answer may be there. Because that's what I do when I get a panicked message. Make sure you are on your governor's email list. Check the website, the Facebook page. You will get notices, invitations, and passwords if you are. The only way for us to know who is teaching at each school is by checking the school's websites or giving the school a call to see who is listed as the teacher. In August, these websites are less than reliable. If there have been changes made, we probably won't know about it unless someone tells us. If you see a notice of something happening on our Facebook page and you didn't receive an email, you may not be on the list. You can find your governor on our website and send them an email. If you know about changes in your area, please let your governor know. Bribing this judge with a Russian Imperial Stout will not help your students get in. It won't hurt. I know, I'll remove this slide before posting it for real. Thank you for listening, and may the odds be forever in your favor.